And it's a good day, beautiful souls. A day to live in peace, love, and harmony. I am Divine Soul Love Frequencies, here to share the truth unapologetically. Now breathe. Breathe and feel what it means to be free. That's how free you are. Alive and well. One more time. And know that you are magic. Please excuse the day as it started off overcast, but it never slows me down from sharing what I want to share. Today I want to talk about ending toxicity from the womb. You know, we often think that toxicity just stems from the reality we live in right now, but it's much deeper than that. And to some extent, it started there. You know, I am an indigo, and most of you indigos, starseeds, light workers would have come into the world on a vibrational match to your parent, which was the love frequency, where they were vibrating on love, and you as a soul would have been attracted to that. When conceived, would have been pulled into that dynamics and um, be born into the world on that frequency, because your parents at the time were vibrating on love frequency. They were grateful to have you. They were grateful to be in love, conceiving you. They were great. They were expecting the best in every situation. They were giving their time. They were, you know, putting in the effort and making the responsibilities with the while you were being um, formed and fashioned. You know, mommy was well cared for, daddy was enthusiastic, he was always playing with the tummy, things like that. And even though they had their differences, mentally different, you were a priority in the womb. So a lot of us indigos and star seeds and light workers were born on a vibrational match. Now I say this to say this, because at some point in time, your parents would have continued living that way with each other, or someone would end up being toxic in the relationship. And your siblings that follow through after you would have been totally different to how you deal and see things in the world. You know, in my on my journey, my parents were very loving to each other while I was being conceived. I've heard stories about it where my dad was enthusiastic. He had to get the best drinks for me while she was pregnant. He had to get the best everything, vitamins, this, that, and the other for me, so that I would have been a healthy baby. And they reached on their second baby, he was living a life of infidelity and all these different things, and my mother was struggling in her second pregnancy, which I see greatly in the sibling after me. You know, they moderate but toxic ways that um, she cannot acknowledge as toxic. Now I have I had some of my dad's traits and some of my mom's traits, but the love was too strong to carry me through to either choose mom's toxic traits or dad's toxic traits. It was always about loving me, loving everything about life, you know. So later on in my adolescent years, I chose to live in my love frequency permanently. Even though I did stupidness in my life, I chose to live in that frequency permanently. And that didn't turn out too well for me until I started to set boundaries because there is upsides and downsides to this. But let's go back to during pregnancies. You know, first to begin, you have to make sure that when you're getting pregnant, who you're getting pregnant for and why you're getting pregnant. You know, this thing about having a good time and, you know, hooking up and having babies and all of that don't make any sense. If we don't get to learn each other and learn each other's ways and be in each other's space to understand, well, this needs to be changed and that needs to be changed, and my mindset and my mental health and the way I do things, what I eat, how I carry about myself, all these things that need to be changed in order to have healthy families, then we going nowhere. You know, I too was privy to all of this. I don't have any kids as yet, but entering relationships and they don't know your partner's mindset, and even though some may seem to come from a good background, somewhere in the lineage, toxicity has occurred. So you see some of their brothers and sisters loving, caring, and then you see them and you want to know, well, what the hell is this going on here? And all of that stem from pregnancies, right? And how mommy and daddy treat each other during those pregnancies. If there was no love and it was just lust, you're going to reproduce no love and just lust. If there was love and love alone, you will reproduce love and love alone. If there was no love and just toxicity, you're going to just reproduce love and toxicity. Because I see this in my third sibling's reaction towards everything. He cannot control his emotion, he cannot do anything without getting angry. And I know this from watching my mother go through her pregnancy when he was conceived. It was hella yeah toxic. And now we're reaping the repercussions of that 34 years later. You know, there's no stability. There's a lot of psychopathic behaviors going on with him, and it's like when you look at him, you see the struggle to overcome it because it's so embedded in him that to move out of this space will seem weak. So I just want to come on here and share today, you know, during your pregnancies and before your pregnancies, select your partners, go through the dynamics of learning each other, healing one another, being open with one another before you make the next step to having children. You know, don't make a decision now that down the road, you and all as a parent cannot be loving towards your children because they seem a certain way when it only was on you and your spouse to make things right. This is not a blame game thing, but it is what it is, and it's time for us to wake up and realize the reality we're living in and what causing it. You know, social media, um, the media, you know, you know, the, the programs we watch or the TV shows we watch on the show that does not add value to our lives, that carrying us away, you know, scandal, chaos, bacchanal, all these things that they show you, they feed your mind on television way, and then you adapt and adjust to it and bring it into your life. And when you have kids, you pass that on to them. So we're living in a world where too much of that is going on, and we need to readjust ourselves and start living from spaces where love reigns supreme, where love is the mantle. Because after all, our Creator is love, you know, and we need to accept that that is what we are, and that is what's supposed to be demonstrated and portrayed onto this planet. You know, the only way it can happen is when you go within, when you search yourself and you find the things that no longer serve you as a human being, because human beings are beautiful when they are happy. And the only way to be happy is to dive deep within and surrender, let go of the things that keep you bound, that keep you toxic, you know, and to bring forward a better generation, to keep a better way of living healthy in our collective, in our societies, you know. So I'm just a messenger, an indigo at your service, and an old soul here to share the truth unapologetically. Live from your hearts, beautiful souls. You are gods and goddesses, you know, the splendor and beauty of creation. I am divine soul love frequencies, here to share the truth unapologetically. And remember, you are magic. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for daily content like this. And do have a beautiful, beautiful, beloved day, just as you are. I love all of you